Hey y'all, and welcome back to the Heart Haven Kitchen. Today I'm going to be sharing my recipe for my free-range chicken soup. And you can find the full recipe in my cookbook. But today I want to put a little spin on it and do the shortcut version. So I'll be sharing some useful hacks that you can use for this recipe or for others. So the whole point of today is maybe you're in a bind, you're getting closer to dinner time, you don't have much time, you haven't even thought about what you're going to have for dinner. This chicken soup is the perfect, easy go-to with a few hacks along the way. So let's get started. First things first is whenever I have produce that I know is about to go bad and I know I will not be able to use it before it does, I just chop it all up and I put it in these freezer-safe containers. That way, whenever I'm ready to make a soup or a casserole or a stir fry, they're ready for me, they're waiting, and it's so nice to know that the work is done. So in this cup, I have 1 yellow onion that's diced, and about 3 to 4 stalks of celery that I finely diced. Now I group the veggies just based off what flavors will go together well or recipes that I have in mind that I know I'm gonna use them for, but the beauty of stuff like this and soup recipes is really anything goes, so throw it all in there. Now my second hack, rotisserie chickens. Whenever they're on sale, I buy several of them, I take them home immediately, remove the skin, remove the bones, and I go ahead and shred them. I put them in these larger freezer-safe containers, throw them into the freezer, and again, nothing feels better than when you're in a bind, you know you've got good quality chicken in the freezer for a soup or a casserole or a salad, whatever it may be. So I've got a large soup pot here with about a tablespoon of olive oil that's heating up over medium-low. I'm gonna go ahead and add in my onion and my celery. And you can let them thaw out from the freezer. I let mine thaw a little bit, or you can just keep them frozen. It really doesn't matter. It'll just cook a little bit longer if they're frozen. So I'm just gonna saute these for about 3 to 5 minutes, just until they're nice and soft. Saute, saute, saute. All right, now while that's sauteing, my next hack, frozen vegetables, you can't beat them. I keep my freezer stocked with them at all times. Good organic vegetables, they're perfect for soups. So I just have this classic blend which is perfect for a chicken soup, which is corn, carrots, peas, and green beans. I've got 2 12-ounce bags. They're gonna go right into the pot. Now again, you can let them thaw out or just throw them in frozen, it really doesn't matter. If they're frozen, just cook them a little bit longer. And the other veggie I'm gonna throw in, because I love throwing greens into all my soups, is a 12-ounce bag of chopped spinach. Now to some people, this is just a few too many greens for them. You can do however much spinach that you prefer, but again, I like lots and lots of veggies in my chicken soup, so I'm throwing in the whole bag. Give that a good stir, let it all saute. And you know, some people discard of the water that comes with bags of spinach. I never do because there's some solid nutrients in there, so you don't want to get rid of those. So we're just going to let these veggies saute for about 5 to 8 minutes or so, just until they're just slightly soft. And I'm going to go ahead and throw in some salt and pepper, just to give them a little bit of flavor. All right, then in goes my rotisserie chicken. So this is the meat off of a whole rotisserie chicken. It's about 3 to 4 cups. And like I said, I took off all the bones and the skin, shredded it up, and it's all going in there, white and dark meat. You can do whatever your preference is. Mix that in there. My next hack, canned or cartons of chicken broth. These are a lifesaver in the winter, whether you're doing a soup or a crock pot meal or a casserole, whatever it is, I keep my pantry stocked with these, so whenever they're on sale, I buy so many of them, and they're just so valuable to have in your pantry. So I'm gonna put 2 cartons of organic chicken broth. If you wanna get fancy and a little higher in the protein and nutrients, you can use bone broth or beef broth, whatever you prefer. And there's 4 cups each in each carton, and I'm gonna use 2, so 8 cups total. beautiful. This is looking good already. All right, so now I'm gonna add in some spices. I've got about a teaspoon each of garlic powder, a teaspoon of dried rosemary, and a teaspoon of dried thyme. I love rosemary and thyme in chicken soup. To me, they just go together. If you have other preferred spices, by all means, use those. And you can use dried or fresh. In fact, I have some fresh here that I really want to throw in. So let me grab those. All right, so I've got some fresh thyme and rosemary, and I'm just gonna throw them in, stem and all. Gives it great flavor. I really like that combination of the dried and the fresh herbs. The herbs definitely make this soup. So I've cranked up my heat to high, and I'm just gonna bring this to a rolling boil. All right, so this soup is at a nice rolling boil. It already smells amazing in here. I'm gonna add in a little bit more salt and pepper at this time. Make sure we get all those flavors melding together. It's nice and seasoned. Okay, give it one quick stir. All right, and now I'm gonna bring the heat down to medium-low. I'm gonna put the lid on, and I'm just gonna allow this to simmer at least for half an hour. So the thing is, the longer you let it simmer, the more those flavors are gonna come together. That's why oftentimes soup is better the second and third day. Now, if you only have half an hour, great. Just let it simmer for half an hour and dinner is served. If you have longer, then just let it go as long as you need. All right, so this has been simmering low and slow. The entire house smells amazing. That's what I love about wintertime, is just putting on a nice big pot of soup and letting it simmer all day. And then when you walk in the door, it smells incredible. The aromas just fill up the home. So let's bowl it up and have a little taste. Oh, look at that. Tons of veggies, lots of nutrients. So nourishing, so cozy on a cold winter's night. Still really hot. So good. You've got to try this out. Now, another hack to share with y'all before you go on your way is, if you're making this just for yourself and you've got some leftovers, you can use some of those freezer-safe containers. Put the leftover soup in those containers, pop them in the freezer. That way, next time you're in another dinner bind and you really need dinner made by a certain time and you have nothing prepped, all you have to do is look in your freezer, take out one of those containers, thaw them out, heat it up, dinner is served. Enjoy, y'all.